I'm still curious. I'm wondering if 15 seconds for that might be too long.
It's okay. What do y'all think? Is 15 seconds too long for the opening? And here's a better question: do you see us during the opening?
They do. I confirm. I confirm that
Okay.
they can
All right.
see us. Like, which is weird because I can't see us. And then like I went back and saw that yes, they can see us. And Ian, I know the notifications on apparently it's across the board. It's not just ours. YouTube has had a notification issue. They are aware of it, but it's like across the board with YouTube. Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. But yeah. So we are remaking, and we discussed this though. We discussed it. So you're going to be remaking the Borg one. You're going to be revisiting and remaking it. Now we know that the animation, we wanted to have animation. That the best opportunity for this to have it is to make sure we're not putting out the same video multiple times in a row.
Correct.
And within a week probably wasn't enough time either. So the question is what do we want to, because these are expensive experiments to run. So what experiment?
At the same time, doing it the what we did was worth getting the information back that we got.
100%. 100%. We know what to do now. So the question is do we want, you're going to revisit it, you're going to remake it. Now, it's what, a year old?
Oh, more than that.
More than that. So the question is do we remake it? We revisit it and remake it, make a really good version of it. Do we make 2 versions or 3 versions, whatever? Do we make a full live action version with all the voicing and all the stuff? And I can, if you've got a script for Magneto, I can technically, since I'm here, if you decide to record today right off the same time, I could probably go ahead and do the lines.
So the original, no, okay. So I think this was from 2021. No, 2023. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, Jeremy, that is so cool. Jeremy is sending me the labels from Spam put out labels with Stitch on them.
Oh, cool.
And at first he was going to send me the full cans, and I was like, that's expensive to send me empty cans or even full cans. Like full cans would be even more expensive. Like, can you just take and send me the labels? That would be super cheap. And I was like, yeah, I can do it. Like they found out that they were able to remove the labels safely. So then I'll probably just grab my own can of Spam and slap on the label because they're not here.
So Levi, the dimensional shift detected video was a remake. This will be the second remake of it. The first one is from October of 2021, and it is bad.
Yeah, and the remake did well.
Yes.
And that's why I'm asking, because that's already a remake. We probably don't need to remake. What I was asking is like, I don't really like the idea of remake after remake after remake, to be honest. But we were thinking about turning stuff directly into animation, right? So we could remake it with the animation in mind, with the full voicing and everything.
Well, I'm remaking it with animation in mind because the current video as is, you don't know what the Borg are saying, and it happens really quick. And so did I show you the new script that I came up with? Let me pull that up and we can read through it. What the hell was that sound? Sound like a gerbil ran through boxes behind me.
Do you like he does remake the crap out? One of the benefits. One of the things that we have gotten compliments on is that we do better than these these bigger networks do, and I want to honor that by not doing a bunch of remakes.
Right now, this one I wanted to remake specifically for animation.
Dimensional shift detected.
Do you want to go in the? Okay, you want to go in the closet?
Oh, never mind.
There you go. Where you want to go? Why are you standing at the door? What do you want, bud? My dog just hopped up and wanted to go in the closet, and then it's just standing next to the door looking at me. All right. Anyways, I'll be John.
I'll do the computer alerts and stuff.
Okay. And what's we've got 2 different Borg, and we have Magneto.
Okay. I'll be Magneto too.
No, 1 second here. Actually, I've got a. Okay, so yeah. So go ahead and start with dimensional shift.
Dimensional shift detected.
Dimensional shift. Oh, come on. Why is there a Borg cube there? I got it. I'm trying to have a headset on. Come on, you guys, pick up. Straight to voicemail. Unicomplex routing it is.
Unicomplex routing. This is 1 of 9.
Yeah, 1 of 9 is John in Villain Support. I need you to connect me to queue number 7134.
What is the nature of the connection request?
Well, they just dimension shifted somewhere they shouldn't be, and I have to talk them out of it.
Cubes go where they are told to go. Wherever they are, it is the Queen's bidding.
Yeah, just connect me. Do I need to call the Queen directly to make this happen?
Transferring.
Thank you.
Yeah, Q1, 7134, 2 of 12 speaking.
Hey, 2 of 12, this is John of Villain Support. So you're currently in Universe 616, and you're approaching Asteroid M. That's not a great idea, okay?
There are variant humans on board whose attributes we want to assimilate and add to the collective.
Yeah, okay, but that's not going to happen. Listen, there's a guy on board named Magneto. He controls metal.
Why is that relevant?
It's relevant because your entire cube is made out of metal. That means he can reach out with his magnetic powers and crush you like a tin can, especially if he thinks you're a threat. I'm trying to stop that from happening.
Well, we've calculated the threat as minimal. Our shields can and will adapt.
Beep. John grimaces, switches calls. Oh, no. 2 of 12, hold on. Hey, Magneto, just give me 1 sec. 2 of 12, I'll be right back. Don't do anything stupid. Magneto, what's up?
John, I don't suppose you know why a giant metal cube is hovering outside my asteroid.
Yeah, funny thing that. They were just leaving. Actually, you can ignore them and just totally leave them alone.
Getting closer and closer sure is an interesting way for a ship to leave. It certainly appears to me they're preparing to invade or attack.
Hold on. Look, it's hold on, and he taps twice on accident. Look, you don't know who you're dealing with. He's Magneto, the master of magnetism. He's ruthless, ridiculously powerful, and when it comes to defending Asteroid M or his fellow mutants, he's a cataclysmic danger to you.
Well, I'm honored to know you see me that way, John, but you should probably tell them that. Though, even if you do, it's probably too late.
Shit. Okay, 212, listen to me. You're dealing with Magneto, the master of magnetism. He's ruthless, ridiculously powerful, and when it comes to defending Asteroid M or his fellow mutants, he's a cataclysmic danger.
The cube is undergoing very unusual structural fluctuations, John. A magnetic disturbance shields ineffective, and we're attempting to adapt.
I am going to hear that sound in my nightmares. It sounds like we have to have hillbilly Borg now.
I'm so sorry. I was just like, it'd be funny if I read the script coldly as a hillbilly.
I kind of want to get rid of the first Borg now, and I want to explore that and be like, just Cube 7134. Okay, that is. Cube 7134. This is 2 of 12. Are you Borg? Ooh, am I Borg? Yep. I just turns out that the accent stuck around. Something like that. I don't know.
Don't even bring up the accent. It's like, of course I'm a Borg. Me and my kin here, we all got picked up right around the same time. You hear?
Or John just goes, the Borg voice modulator that or to Levi. Levi. What's up, John? The Borg voice modulator you installed to make it easier to listen to them? It's not working.
I like the idea of we don't address
it's
it.
Hilarious.
I love the idea if you just breathe a sigh of
that lets us introduce the Predator sounding like Christopher Walken thing so much more easily.
It would.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold up. Everyone in chat right now, this is your chance to like make a choice here. Do we either A, address it as like it is a translation thing that Levi has done, which, you know, it would be really funny if Levi just gives these guys funny voices periodically, or B, it's literally hillbilly Borg. Which one? I like the idea of both, and there's no saying that we can't have both later on down the road too. Which I think it would be funny if we do the translation thing and then we revisit it as another Borg call and the translation's there and it's like, Levi, I thought you turned off the translator or the translator thing for the Borg. And I was like, yeah, John, it's off. Wait, do you mean there's actually hillbilly Borg? Translation, Levi did it. Levi messing with it. That's awesome. We need to address it and get, okay. It's a mixture. Oh, do the second one. You want me to? You want to do the one where this is the translation, and then later on it's full on hillbilly. Okay, so we need to make a note of that.
I missed that. I was updating what the script.
Okay, what was that? Here's what it is. It's to start off with, it's going to be the translators. Levi, in order to make the Borg easier to listen to, gave them a hillbilly accent and a different call, and this would be the Borg that survive. This has got to be Borg that survive every encounter. Yeah. The hillbilly Borg are an actual thing, but we aren't aware of it. It's just a happy coincidence until John runs into it.
A couple Borg cubes get isolated from the collective out in the middle of out in the space boonies, and they just slowly develop this accent. It could be that they call in, "Hey John, this is cube number 9043." Oh, okay, hold on a second. I gotta turn the voice modulator off. Boop. Is everything okay? Boop. John, you there? Boop. Levi, it's not turning off. And you're like, it's not on. Oh.
I love that idea of like, what? Borg, what is Borg moonshine? Yeah, we're gonna have to have a lot of, and I love the idea. It was like, yeah, me and my kin, we all got picked up right around the same time. You hear? Oh, we got some party going on up here.
So to start, it's the translators making the Borg hillbillies. Later on, the hillbilly Borg are an actual thing. Few cubes get separated from the collective and become country folk with thick accents.
Love that. All right. Well, I've accidentally made hillbilly Borgs.
What would Borg moonshine be called? Moonshine, starshine, or Borgshine?
Starshine. It's not moonshine, it's starshine.
Right.
We don't see no moon. We're cubes. We just see the big old stars.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile. Prepare to be assimilated.
It's gonna be one hell of a ride. We got some great A starshine for you once you come aboard.
I'm gonna pull up the full simulation speech. Hold on.
Cube shine.
It's We are the Borg. You will be assimilated. Your uniqueness will be added to our collective. Oh, there's even more than that. Hold on. It's we are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
That gives a whole new meaning when you say it. When you say it with that accent, it gives a whole new meaning to the Borg.
I know.
Oh my God.
God. I need to read that again with the woohoo. We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile. Woo!
Hey, now, Larry, you forgot something. And then scroll up for me real quick.
I'm just playing in the background, but it's got to be like electric banjos.
Yes. Scroll up on that real quick for me. On the Reddit thread.
Oh, sorry.
And then it was like, you forgot to mention their uniqueness will be added to our collective, Larry.
Clem, we changed the script. Remember?
When? Gosh darn it, Larry, let it go. No, I don't want it, Clem. Or whatever, back and forth. I love that idea. Oh, Borg Tide. Roll Tide.
Yeah. There ain't no stronger force out here in West Andromeda.
It's and we've got to. Levi, you were killing me. I'm sorry.
Instead of West Virginia, it's West Andromeda.
We are the fastest cube this side of the West Andromeda. We pimped out all right and all kinds of things. Man, some of the starshine, it is good to drink, and it also gives a kick to the engines.
Hold on. Transwarp drive. Take me home. Wait, hold on. Transwarp drive. Take me home to the place I belong. West Andromeda. To the country roads. Transwarp drive.
It's got to match the flow.
I can't sing in tune.
Paul 11. Paul 11 looks like trouble. Looks like trouble. Dale Earnhardt sticks on the cube. Oh. They made another left turn. Oh, wait, we're in space. We just spinned around. Like a big old top, that's what. Sorry, Blackfire. Man, Blackfire Lightning, woo! That's one heck of a name for a ship, I'll tell you what. Whoo! Now we got some black and green in here, so we call it the black-green fire. Wait, black-green lightning. Yeah, I like that. Man, you
my God!
down in the camera that went on down on there.
I asked ChatGPT to write that song. Write me a song called Transwarp Drive to the tune of. This is amazing. Hold on. I'll zoom in here.
Simulate, make them drones. Every world we conquer, every mind we own. Nanoprobes whisper through the void, they glide. Resistance fading on the transwarp drive. Oh, the transwarp drive.
Take us home
to the cube where we belong. Alpha Quadrant, Delta Zone. Simulate them. Take some drones. Transwarp drive. Take us home.
Oh my God. We need to get this recorded. We need to get this recorded. Holy God.
Make sure to save that.
Oh, no, it saves everything. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so good.
Oh, if the
That is-
cube's smoking, it might have a bit of a problem. Either that or Cletus over there is on the grill. I'm so sorry.
Hillbilly Star Trek is now a thing.
I'm
So
so sorry.
dude,
I'm so sorry.
Hillbilly Star Trek can be an animated series.
Just put that down real quick in the animated
I'm
area.
going to.
I did not mean to start all this.
No,
20
I'm so
minutes in.
glad you did.
Okay,
I'm
make sure
so
to write
glad
the
you
live.
did. Hold on.
I love this because my day job is this.
Hillbilly Star Trek.
Suddenly Klingon.
Oh my God.
Opera sounds good to you.
And you just get the voice. This week on Hillbilly Star Trek.
Oh,
oh, that hurts to laugh. Okay.
You want to keep writing?
Yeah, well, I'm going back to Borg versus Magneto. Hold on.
Did you make a quick note on like today's?
I'm doing this real quick. Yeah.
All because I decided to read. Trailer Park Borg. Oh my goodness. You're a genius. It was just something random. I decided I did not mean this was not an on purpose thing. This was an accidental.
That's the best time.
Yeah. Oh. They done broke time, and now Commander Tucker and Bones are going to be giving them rebel hell. Yeehaw! Redneck Romulans. Oh, goodness. Oh. It was your idea to use it. Blame you by all means. I really didn't mean. Oh. This will also give us time, like doing it like the different way. You. Oh, we're gonna have this anime. We could run this around the fact that like the hillbilly, like it was a translator at first, and then it turns out 2 of 3 or whatever was one of the hillbillies, and he managed to exit out and survive.
Trying to figure out how we want to.
I'll tell you what, I'm happier than a black hole and a wormhole. Oh. Cube 7134, 2 of 12 speaking. You know what? Change the 2 of 12 to this be here, Cube 7134, 2 of 12 speaking.
Actually, just you've reached Cube 7134, 2 of 12 speaking.
Nah, you got to go thicker with that.
Here's my concern.
I think this B, Cube 7134, 2 of 12 speaking, it still fits. It's not too far down the road.
If I can be totally honest, my concern is that people will it's a little bit too close to making fun of the way that in movies like Django Unchained and stuff like that, the way that
we can do this one right here.
That slave spoke, yeah. And I don't want anyone to think that we're trying to make fun of that.
Y'all reached Cube 7134 212 speaking.
Y'all reached. So it's a double contraction. Y'all
have reached. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Y'all have reached Cube 7134 212 speaking. And I do apologize. I've never seen Django Unchained, so didn't know that.
Any movie where it's like Civil War or pre-Civil War period dramas, stuff like that, where there are characters who are slaves, often many of them are written to speak very unintelligently.
Oh shit! I grew up in a trailer park. Normal.
No, I'm just saying, and this is not that at all. And I don't want anyone to think that we're trying to make fun of.
I think if we were doing a period drama and we were speaking like that, I think they would put the two and two together. But we are straight up hillbilly trailer.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I don't want anyone to have a reason to think that we're making fun of that at all. What would John goes? So he just hears, "Y'all have reached Cube 7134 212 speaking," and John goes, "Yeah, this is John and villain support," and just kind of trails off. What kind of like friendly, inviting thing would 212 say?
Here's the question: does 212 know you? How they respond is all dependent on whether they know you or not. So absolutely no, they do not know you, but they know a villain support. Instead of remember, it would be reckon. Instead of I think I remember, it would be reckon I remember the Queen mentioning you before we done broke off. Hold on a moment. Oh yeah, sorry. Literally, the I hate to be nitpicky. The I would not be there. It's just reckon. And it'd be like you know how I do the YAH a lot.
Yeah.
The comments today are gold.
Yeah.
About my britches, how y'all doing, John? Yep, that's another one. Reckon we heard the Queen mentioning y'all before we all done broke off the collective. How do? I think if you mentioned that, almost immediately they would try to interrupt you and explain forward. I think at that point it would be okay, so here's the question. If we do that, is 2 of 12 and his crew going to survive what's about to happen?
No.
Okay, so we're changing this up a little bit. Okay. I think if you keep the joke, if you pause for a moment, I do apologize. If you keep the joke of the translator in there, it allows us to still do the hillbilly stuff. Whereas right now, if you basically kill them off without them surviving, it gets rid of that.
It won't be just this cube. So where I'm going with this is John goes, Levi, do you know anything about hillbilly Borg breaking off from the collective? And you're like, oh yeah, a whole ton of them broke off when the queen told them to stop dimension jumping. A whole bunch of them didn't want to stop and just made their own collective.
I feel like that's something Levi would have made a note about.
Yeah, you're right.
So what if they're no longer compatible with the collective? I like that, but at the same time, like at that point, there isn't a reality. And I was like, this is like saying it. It's like there's very slim chance that they're going to survive this. That's part of the joke. Levi has got to have a clear moment of that, like just how old he is, and I see no problem with it. I reckon they'll do just fine. Literally, just slide into the accent. I reckon it's the perfectly fine accent, and you John just stares at Levi like, right. I think it's perfectly fine. Something wrong with it? That's just as funny to be honest. Just like
John just does this. John just goes.
I like that. That's honestly a little, instead of Levi do Napa, he wouldn't make a note because he'd forget. True, but like, there's a certain point, and me and Chris have discussed this before. We don't want to make Napa or any one specific thing the what is it called? It's the thing that always goes wrong, or the reason why the thing is always thing. It's like MacGuffin or something like that. Or I don't remember. There's a specific word for it. But we don't want to have it always be Napa as the reason why something's happening. There's a lot of it, sure, but we've given John be the reason. We've made Levi the reason. We've made Murphy's Law is the thing. Yeah. But we don't always want to make it that. Sometimes it just literally needs to come out of the blue, like no one realized this was a thing. Scapegoat, yeah. There's a single word for it, but I can't remember. Linchpin. Ha, there it is.
No can do, Mr. John.
No can do, Mr. John. They're variant humans on board whose attributes we greatly would like to simulate and add to our collective. I almost want to do a simulates. We'd greatly like to assimilate and add to our collective. But I feel like having the correct words periodically would make it funnier.
Yeah.
You could have something happen at the end of the sketch and Levi gets caught up trying to take care of it and forgets to make the note. Yeah. We could, but in this particular instance, we want to keep semi-true. We've completely gone off the rails with the remake. I don't know. This is less of a this might as well be an entirely different video at this point with just the same ending. Okay, do your line real quick. Yeah.
Which one?
Your line right before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Okay.
Yeah, but that assimilation is not going to happen. There's a guy on board named Magneto who controls magnetism.
Have we used the word rightly yet?
We have not.
I don't rightly see how that has any. Whoa, I went really deep there. Yeah. I don't rightly see how that has anything to do with us. Hey, Odin, it's been a while. Magneto says not again. They learned. That's Mark's got a good point. Well, what's that got to do with anything? Anything? Yeah. I was getting. But you cut the anything off for the accent.
You can say it in the accent. Yeah.
You get rid of the G, basically. There you go. Oh, Leo, that's pretty thick. We're not trying to go super thick quite yet. That will happen in later skits. Tadu. Plus the Tadu is more upwards instead of down.
Got or gots?
I think gots here.
What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah, there you go.
Anything?
What would hold on? What would replace eggs?
Eggs?
Or what's that got to do with the price of eggs? Is a saying. So what's that got to do with
the price? They don't have an economy. They don't understand a price.
Yeah. Well, the Borg do understand a price. Sorry. Nerd moment. They totally did do trade back and forth, but they preferred biological components instead of material components. But they did understand the economy that was present in it. So sorry that I had to have a nerd moment there.
What's that got to do with the price of implants?
Yeah, there you go.
What's that got to do with the price of cybernetic implants?
I think implants fits a little bit better in this case. Price of beer. No, because we're not trying to go full hillbilly. No. Chris is right. We're not trying to go full.
And the other thing is this: if we just do implants, anyone who doesn't know what the Borg is immediately is thinking boobs. And is even more confused. I think we don't go that thick on the
go ahead and just do it with anything. Yeah.
Should it be anything or nothing? What's that got to do with nothing? Which one?
I think anything.
Yeah.
Just because they don't have an economy, it doesn't mean they don't understand the idioms. Charles was just because they don't have an economy, they still understand idioms. Just call them cybernetics. I agree, Rust. For a future, we should totally just call them cybernetics. What's that got to do with the price of cybernetics? Because it needs to replace the word eggs.
Yeah.
No. You can still keep it as got to do with anything. Because this is still a translator, not a full thing. That means he can reach out with his magnetic powers and crush your metal cube like a tin can, especially if he thinks you're a threat. I like this one right here, where it stays the same. For the most part. Well, we've calculated the threat as minimal. Our shields will adapt. It's just the way you say it needs to be, yeah. To everyone wondering, it's been a hot minute since I've been anywhere near yourself, but my mama. You don't get much more south than well, technically Florida is its own thing.
Florida, the South.
Well, my mom grew up like in the traditional South, like Tennessee and all that stuff.
The South ends about halfway down Florida.
Yeah. you get to, once you get to like full beach, it's totally different. Yeah. John, hey, both you might want to use non-magnetic metals.
It could be. What's that got to do with the price of nano? What's that got to do with the price of nanobots?
I like that one honestly better than cybernetics. Don't replace it yet. Make a note of that for when we go full on hillbilly Star Trek. Just space what you said. What's that got to do with the price of you said nanobots?
Yeah,
nanobots. Kickstarter message. Yeah. These particular Borg ain't the sharpest tools in the shed. The Borg are influencing the way John is responding. Our shields are getting Our shields are getting squirrely. They keep adaptation, and getting better every time you shoot. Oh, Nicholas, this is gonna be really fun doing a skit with proper hillbilly Borg cube.
How about this line from Magneto? So John goes, yeah, they were just leaving, actually. You can ignore them and just totally leave them alone. Magneto goes, getting closer and closer. Sure is an interesting way for a ship to leave. Certainly appears to me they're preparing to attack, or invade, or attack. One of my telepaths reached out to them, but all he heard was banjos.
Oh, as much as I would love to have that line in there, right now we're going with the translator one.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay.
You could make this. Are you 100%? I'm going to ask one last time. Are you 100% you don't want someone from this collective to survive and create full-on hillbilly robot or hillbilly Star Trek? And it was just my accidental translation that might have caused the issue.
Well, it can be the cube gets crushed. Maybe it doesn't get destroyed, and Magneto just crushes it and just shoots it off into space, and a couple drones survive.
And the drones just happen to have something happen to them with being connected to the translator, and all of a sudden now they're hillbilly. Or
something happens, it gets uploaded to them, and they just
So you can leave that banjo line in, which means
not yet.
All right,
not until later. And I'm gonna get rid of the switching calls on accident here because repeating the line just makes it drag.
Instead of the repeating the line, leave the one line where you accidentally talk to Magneto. Leave that.
I'm gonna change it up.
Oh, okay, I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
I've mentioned this, Robert, right here. Toph would lose against the Borg, hands down. There are certain 100%. There are certain things. Give Toph enough time, and she'd be able to learn to bend pure metal. She does at one point bend mercury, which is liquid pure metal, which is what bugs me. It's a whole plot hole that they made, and it's not the first one that they made. But refined hard metal, she has a trouble with, which the Borg make refined space pure metal. So there's no telling if they would be able to survive or if they would actually get owned. I'm on a coin flip on that one. I feel that Toph would probably lose that fight. Do I think she would lose a fight against the Daleks? In her world, probably not. And that is the reason. The reason behind that is the Daleks have built-in weaknesses where they use what materials they have available, even to the point of not making pure Dalekinium or whatever it is. And it's been made a thing in Doctor Who where that is a weakness of them, to the point to where they will scrap older bots, older Daleks will get scrapped and destroyed once more purer form of them have been made. Which is why the skit with them Toph winning against Daleks is plausible. Where the Borg and even the Cybermen, I'm not entirely confident.
I'm going to take Magneto out of this.
Huh?
I'm going to take Magneto out of this. He wouldn't call John. He would just act.
Well, he wouldn't call John, but would he pick up the phone during something that he thinks is attack? No, he wouldn't. He would just act. Yep. Have it go to voicemail.
Well, because it's Magneto calls John, and so John answers. So I think that we just pull Magneto out of it.
So change it from you trying to call. Oh, the whole thing was him calling.
Yeah. Just hold on a second here.
All right.
Hold on. This shortens the sketch, which isn't a bad thing.
So how do you you're approaching asteroid M, you need to, okay, you find that out.
Yeah, just one.
Gets interrupted. Yeah. Random reports later of a Borg cube painted John Deere green and mud tires bolted on the corners. I love the idea that 20th century hillbillies are so strong in one sense that they infected the Borg with their way of thinking. I think that's hilarious. Dark Wolf, you have missed some fun. So instead of the cube is ongoing very unusual structural fluctuations, I like the idea we use that squirrely line. The cube be getting a little squirrely. I like that. There we go. It's not too far. It's just enough to shorten it up a little bit and make it. On the 2 of 12s line, a note needs to be made there that the accent translator has an issue and defaults and then when I say this is like the lines go from regular speaking to accent, and that's because the signal's getting messed with.
Yeah. So what we might hear is magnetic disturbance, shields in effect, attempting to adapt, and
Yeah.
like it drops back into a Borg voice for a second with some static.
Yep. I like that. The Borg comes across sanctuary. How twisted of a sense of humor does Magneto have? He decides to reshape the Borg cube to look like a wrecked ice cream van.
It's a 1-page sketch now, so let's. I'm gonna time this.
All right.
But that'll make it easier. That'll make it a lot easier to animate. Also.
Yes.
Timers. Okay. No, not time. All right. I don't know. I just feel more actory with my headset on.
You got to have your prop.
It's my emotional support headset. All right. Let me know when you're ready.
3, 2, 1. Dimensional shift detected.
Dimensional shift. Don't be a Borg cube. Borg cube. 7134.
Yo, reached cube 7134, 2 of 12 speaking.
Yeah, this is John and Villain support.
I reckon we've heard the Queen mention, and y'all how do?
Can you hold on a moment? Levi, why did you choose hillbilly for the new Borg voice on the phone system?
I think it's a perfectly fine accent. Is something wrong with it?
So listen, you're currently in Universe 616, and you're approaching Asteroid M. You need to stop and turn around.
No can do, Mr. John. There are variant humans on board whose attributes we would greatly like to assimilate and add to the collective.
Yeah, but that assimilation is not going to happen. There's a guy there who controls magnetism.
What's that got to do with anything?
That means he can reach out with his magnetic powers and crush your metal cube like a tin can, especially if he thinks you're a threat.
We've calculated the threat is minimal. Our shields will adapt.
2 of 12, listen to me. You're dealing with Magneto, the master of magnetism. He's ruthless, ridiculously powerful, and when it comes to defending Asteroid M or his fellow mutants, he is a cataclysmic danger to a cybernetic race like the Borg.
The cube's getting a little squirrely. Lots of structural fluctuations.
Turn around now!
Magnetic disturbance, shields ineffective. Attempting to adapt.
I am going to hear that sound in my nightmares. It's about 1:45.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
Because then all we have to see, honestly, we don't need to see Magneto floating in space. We can just see his arm and the cube and him go like this. And the cube go.
We don't even need to see the arm. We've already established he's there. We can just see the cube go.
I feel like getting to see Magneto in some sense, a lot of people would really gravitate to that, even if it's just a small arm or like him, just a little dot with a very obvious Magneto shape.
Yep. So now I need notes for Open Knock. So
freaking out. Watto was talking like a hillbilly.
Yeah. So animator notes.
Radiating waves coming from the asteroid.
We see a Borg cube floating in space toward Earth and an asteroid.
To be fair, Nicholas, I did the accent on purpose because I thought it would be funny, and I had my screen all the way bolted out. I was like, this is funny. Let's just do this. And I wasn't sure if Chris was laughing at me or laughing at the sketch, and so I just kept going with it.
So what I want is it to be the Borg cube moving through space slowly, and then I want just a little circle to pop up, and you see the Borg cube face holding a phone in there, being like, "Y'all have reached cube 7134 12 speaking." And then
I say, what in tarnation? You don't make me mighty peeved. What with your lack of believing, Colleen? Leo, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm so sorry. I don't know who you're talking about. Miles something.
Huh? Who?
I don't know who he's talking about or who Leo's talking about. This Miles.
Miles. I don't know who that is either.
We can't have been the only ones that came up with this idea. We are most definitely not the only ones who came up with hillbilly Star Trek.
How do you know?
Because I Googled it.
Oh, okay.
However, it's not very common, and it doesn't look like it's gone anywhere near what we're planning on doing. It's more like there's been musings on the interwaves. Them there winterwaves. Jim and Bob, I called 2 or 12 because that's how many teeth I got left. Miles O'Brien is also Miles. Yeah, I know Miles from Star Trek, but I don't think that's who he's talking about, is he? Like, why? And to everyone talking about Miles Tails Brower. I don't know. About the Mother's Day stuff. We had a lot of comments, and I don't know if Chris saw them.
I saw a fair amount of them.
Huh?
I saw a fair amount of people being either like, I don't want my mom wished a happy birthday, or I can't because my mom's not here.
Yeah. So, and I was gonna bring that up. I was like, there's a lot of people who, like me, but like I have a mother in my life that is reuse is awesome. But my own mama, we ain't gonna go there.
Like I thought about it. I'm like, maybe I could have had Napa be like, if your mom deserves it, etc. But like, it's just
it's one of those things where you can't be prepared for everything. You can't censor everything. At a certain point, just do the thing you want to do and hope that it hits the right audience.
It's the same thing that if I posted a video about getting a new job, right? How many people are going to be like, well, I've been looking for one for a year and a half and I don't have one, so congratulations to you. And it's like,
we had that same thing for the Kickstarter about me trying not to be homeless.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Lots of people asking, can you please share my Kickstarter? And I was like, this is not, nor was it ever intended to be, nor is it going to become a help people channel. It was personal to us, and that's why it got shared. And Levi, you asked me if you're open to it, if I was open to it being on the channel. before you did it. You didn't just do it on your own.
Yeah. And I even made it clear, and everyone, I'm super grateful, always will be. And I don't know, those who might not have heard this, I told Chris I didn't think it would succeed. I honestly, for 2 years, Chris was like, "You need to do this. You should go and do this. Get a GoFundMe to get out of that area." And it wasn't until like the threat of being homeless, I was like, I don't know what to do here. And still, that's probably going to be very emotional for a while.
So let's talk through the animator's notes here that I've got. So dimensional shift detected, and it's still John. Dimensional shift. Don't be a Borg cube. Now the thing is this is we could show a Borg cube like popping into reality to start, and then here dimensional shift detected, and as that's being said, shift to John being like, yeah, let's actually do that.
I was about to say, because remember, we want 2 versions of this, one where it's fully animated and one where it's not. So for the fully animated one, it should most definitely start with the dimensional shift detected, and then you see a Borg cube come out of.
Yeah.
And if we can, oh yeah, we're gonna talk tomorrow with him. I believe he mentioned about redesigning John.
Well, and about this.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Hold on. What is going on?
What happened?
Thing with unique dice. 1 second.
Sorry, everybody. I need to check email real quick while Levi is doing that. So I unshared my screen for a moment. Everything okay?
Yeah, it's great. I need to ask you a question. Everyone can hear. The thing I talked to you about, unique dice, about that project that I can't really talk about. I'm about to get a set of dice and a new link because they can't put it in the TikTok shop. So the question here is, which social media should we use? I feel it'd be more beneficial to use the larger social media villain support than it would be my socials that barely get any views half the time unless they.
I agree, but it needs to be you promoting it, not me.
Yeah.
And if you want to use villain support's affiliate link, you can. If you have your own, go ahead and use that.
Yeah.
But yeah, but by all means, you can use the audience we have here for that. And I just got an email I need to look at that was titled, who is this? From Impact. Oh, I'll talk to them. Cool. I'll check that out in here in a few minutes. All right. Let me reshare this real quick. Okay. Add to stage. animation for the Borg has a cat power ball cap sitting in the background. I'm not sure I'm following. Russ Peters, have a good night. I assume that turning into a pumpkin means going to sleep, right? Ouch. Oh.
All right, so I sent the message. I'll find out what they want to say from here.
Right.
Sorry.
All right. So we see the Borg cube, boom, pop into reality, and we hear dimensional shift, and then it cuts to John. Detected. Dimensional shift. Don't be a Borg cube. Type. Borg cube. 7134. Okay.
Y'all reach cube 7134 to a 12 speaking.
And while that's going on, we see the cube floating towards Earth and the asteroid, getting a little closer. And we just see the little circle. Like if my screen was the if my video here was the screen, it'd pop up like right here. And you just see the Borg guy with a headset or a cell phone saying that. And then as soon as his line is done, it shrinks down and you just see the cube again. And then it cuts back to John. Yeah, this is John of Villain Support. And then back to the cube in the drone circle when he's speaking.
Hold on.
Reckon we heard.
Yeah, reckon we heard the Queen mention, yeah, how do?
Can you hold on a moment? Levi, why did you choose Hillbilly for the new Borg voice on the phone system?
I think it's perfectly fine. Something wrong with it? I didn't mean to go.
So listen, you're currently in Universe 616 and you're approaching Asteroid M. You need to stop and turn around.
No can do, Mr. John. There are variant humans on board whose attributes we would greatly like to assimilate and add to the collective.
Yeah, but that assimilation is not going to happen. There's a guy there who controls magnetism.
What's that got to do with anything?
That means he can reach out with his magnetic powers and crush your metal cube like a tin can, especially if he thinks you're a threat, which I'm sure he does.
Well, we've calculated the threat is minimal. Our shields will adapt.
212, listen to me. You're dealing with Magneto, the master of magnetism. He's ruthless, ridiculously powerful, and when it comes to defending Asteroid M or his fellow mutants, he is a cataclysmic danger to a cybernetic race like the Borg.
Cube's getting a little squirrely, lots of structural fluctuations.
We don't just see the Borg guy here, we also see the cube with, like, it's got some dents in it, like it's starting to compress down. Maybe it's twisted a little bit. And John yells, "Turn around now!" And then we go back to we see the thing, and this is like staticky now. And we see
magnetic disturbance. Shield's ineffective. Attempting to adapt.
The cube even more, and then we hear attempting to adapt. Toot, toot, toot. And then you see just the cube crushes with that sound. And John's, I'm gonna hear that sound in my nightmares. Why BR549? I don't get the reference. How obscure of a reference is that?
I don't know what that is.
BR549. Is this a red green thing? Who is this? The joke from Hee Haw? Okay, that's too obscure. Sorry.
Red green would be one thing. But even that's like you're throwing in hillbilly.
No, that's that's the thing that predates red green.
Yeah,
that's back to Hee Haw, black and white comedy on TV.
We'll keep you in the loop of the samples. We'll discuss about the published date once you have the product. Okay. Sorry. I'll talk to you when we get done on the stream.
All right. This was a late stream to begin with. So unfortunately, I mean, we kind of got through this. I got the lines I wanted to get done. I want to talk to the animator tomorrow before I record any of it. We got
two speeds. Subwarp and hold my cube. I love the fact we both did it at the same time. Yeah, John, we send yo. What was your number again? It was 2 of 12 because I only got the 2 teeth left. Oh yeah, 2 of 12. Down with a roll of duct tape to fix and patch that hole that what's his name put in.
the whole song of Transwarp Drive.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't sing worth crap, and I don't know the tune of the whole song. But assimilate. I sing horribly, by the way.
Every world, every mind we own. Nanoprobes whisper through the void they glide. Resistance fading on the transwarp drive. Transwarp drive, take us home to the cube where we belong. Alpha quadrant, delta zone, assimilate them and make them drones. Transwarp drive, take us home. That's like I would
hold on. For anyone who just joined and is going, what is this? I am so sorry. Levi, I'm gonna let you do the rest of this. I am so
distant stars, cold and gray, binary perfection, night and day. We are legion, all is one. You'll be assimilated. It's already done. Transwarp drive, take us home to the cube where we belong. Alpha quadrant and delta zone. Assimilate them and make them drones. Transwarp drive, take us home. Data stream. I do not know the whole song, everyone. It's been so long. I am so sorry. I'm destroying this.
Data streams in the dark, voices hum in every spark. Yeah. Seven's eyes, a haunted stare. Echoes of what once was there. Then the Transwarp Drive chorus again. Yes, Transwarp Drive, take us home. Resistance is futile. You're not alone. Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
I reckon you'll be a part of our collective like a crawdad out of boil. Oh my goodness. All right.
I've got friends who live out here who I know can sing well with with the right accent, who I bet could sing the hell out of this.
You have got to look into if we're going to go and do all this. I'm going to say this right now. You've got to look into what we can do for parody. Although since this is AI generated, we should be completely fine, to be honest. Mm-hmm. We're doing a parody and it's AI generated on top of that. It did a really damn good job, Sammy.
It did so good. Blackfire Lightning, I think anybody could sing better than us. Anyways, but I think that having this song sang in an animated Hillbilly Star Trek, or maybe we can't call it Hillbilly Star Trek. Maybe
my God!
What?
I'm not going to say it on live. We need to end the live before I forget.
Okay, everybody, it's about time anyways. Thank you for joining us. Levi's whole spiel. Have an Acme Day is a product of Villain. Having an Acme Day, have an Acme Day. Have a great night. Do your one step at a time thing, and bye, everybody.
I wish y'all one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish y'all peace of mind, serenity, body, spirit, harmony, among others. Remember, take it one breath, one step, and one day at a time. Until the winds blow your sails our way. Have an Acme Day. It's already been read. Bye, everyone.